This is Callie, and she is my 8 o'clock appointment this morning. And she is getting a bath today at the groomers and a haircut. Alright, we're going to load her up in some cherry scented shampoo. All right, this is my second dog of the morning. A lot of times I take 2 dogs at a time. I take one dog that's really easy, and then I'll take another dog that takes longer, and then I will wash them both, and then I'll cut one dog's hair while like the bigger one is still drying, and then I'll finish that one. It's easier than stopping and starting and stopping and starting, because I have to every time I get started, like the phone rings or somebody comes in. So it's easier sometimes, not always, to take 2 dogs at a time. If they're different sizes and one is really fast and the other one takes a long time, it's easier for me to do it that way. So I'm just doing the same thing with him. I'm loading him up with shampoo, and he's getting conditioner, and then I'm going to blow dry him. And I'm going to blow dry him most of the way, and then I'm just going to put like a little fan on him while I do the little dog's haircut. Then I'm going to do his haircut. Because I don't like drying dogs' faces. I don't like blasting them in the face with the blow dryer. So I just put a little fan on them to help them dry the rest of the way while I do other things, just for a few minutes. Just putting on some conditioner on this guy too. All right, he's halfway dry. I'm going to get him out and put him away, clean up my mess in the tub, finish the other dog. Then I'm going to finish drying him and cutting his hair. He uses a ramp because he's very heavy and I'm old. Hold on. So he'll just run down the ramp and run into his cage. He's been here many times. He knows the deal. Look, there he goes. Okay. Shake it off. All right, she is going to have to finish being blow dried while I drink my coffee. And get this out of the way because it's going to get filled with dog hair once I start blow drying her. Just raise this up because she can be a little wiggly. I turn my fan on. I always use a fan when I'm grooming because we get hot and the dogs need to dry. So put my mask on and finish blow drying her. She is getting a number 5 blade all over. Before I get started, I'm going to clean and disinfect my 5 blade. Just slide this out, and I'm going to put some drops in here. If you ever try to groom your dog at home and the blades don't go through, a couple things. Either the dog is dirty, the dog is wet, your blade needs to be oiled or cleaned, or you have cheap clippers. So could be any of those. I'm just going to spray this with some disinfectant. I should have done this before I put her on the table, but I never do because I'm not that organized. This job you got it's a lot of rushing, rush. So not everything goes perfectly. Okay, get a little toothbrush here. It helps to get all the little hairs out of the, what's this thing called? Out of the blade. Anyway, we're going to get started. Number 5 blade all over. Also, I got to put my mask back on. She's got mats in her tail. So to remove the mats, I get my thinning shears and I just loosen them up. What are thinning shears? It's just what it sounds like. It thins out the hair. Usually you can do this and the hair still looks fine. It doesn't look too choppy. But they always have mats on their tail because they sit on their tail and they mash in all their hair. And nobody brushes their dog's tail. Okay, if somebody gets a puppy, they might brush the tail because it's new and it's puppy hair and it's easy. But I should say, once the excitement of getting a new dog is over, nobody brushes their dog. That's more like it. All right, I'm looking for my mat splitter. This kind of just cuts through the mats. It's like little razors and it just cuts through. I've watched many dogs over the years, because I've been doing this 30 years. People are always excited when they get a new puppy. I mean, they're on a grooming schedule. They come like every 6 weeks or they get nails trimmed in between, and they slowly start coming less and less and less. And it's like they have all brand new collars and leashes, and they're going to the vets. Then by the end of the dog's life, things have really changed. They don't they don't come as often. It's funny because when they're puppies, they might bring them all the time because it's fun and exciting and new. And every couple months, they'll get a haircut. And at the end of the dog's life, people might only come once a year. They don't want to be bothered. It's like their collars are old. You know, they're old and dirty, and you can see people lose interest in their dogs. I'm not everybody, but I'm just saying, and there's a couple that I'm thinking of that it's really sad. This one dog was a little cockapoo. When I first opened, they just got this puppy. Man, that dog, it would come all the time, and every time it came, it'd have a brand new collar. I remember a fresh, like a pink or diamonds, or they spoiled this dog to death. At the end of the dog's life, it got down to maybe, I think the last time I groomed it was like a year without a haircut. It was filthy, matted, and it's sad because over the years, I watched them stop caring about the dog. They just didn't want to mess with it anymore. It's really sad. People lose interest really quick. Plus, once people find out that these dogs are high maintenance, I mean, you have to cut their hair. They are a lot of work. They have allergies. They have to go to the vet all the time for ear infections. I mean, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of money, and people lose interest. It's really sad. All right, rant over. I'm going to shave the pads of her feet out with a sturdy blade, and then I'm going to trim up her feet and cut her nails. Okay, working my way around to this last foot here. I'm just trimming up her feet and cutting her nails. Okay, she is ready to go, so I'm going to get a baby wipe out. Spray some conditioner on her. Wipe her off. Look at the camera. People are watching. Look over here. There we go. Put some water. Make sure her face is clean. Wipe her eyes out. And I'm going to dress her up, and then I'm going to get the other one out. He's a poodle mix. I don't know if he's a cockapoo or some sort of poodle mix. Got a fall bandana. Are you making sounds? We got little, I don't know, jewels. Paw prints on one side. I think it's not pumpkins. I think it's squashes. Do you like squash? She likes squash. It slips over the collar. Excuse me. You're all done. This slides on. Got a curved neckline. Nice and comfortable. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? You're all done. And she is ready to go. She comes, I think, every six or 7 weeks. So she never really gets that long. Okay, you're all done. Let's go. All right, my next dog is coming out. Got to finish drying him. Okay, come here, come here, come here. There we go. Once they learn how to use the ramp, they just go right up it. The first time you try to use the ramp with these dogs, it's like they go under it, they go around it, till they figure out, oh, okay, I need to walk up it and go to the table. And then they're fine forever. Okay, I'm gonna finish blow drying him, put my mask on. All right, I'm going to turn my fan on. To help dry the front of him, I'm going to get started on his body with a 4-blade. That just helps him dry. I gotta wear this mask so I don't breathe in all the little hair and dead skin particles. Usually he gets shaved down with a 10-blade. Everything, his face, let me take this off. His face, his tail, everything gets shaved down with a 10-blade. But since it's getting colder out, it's November, we're going to do a number 4 all over. I'm still shaving his face. And today he's getting a longer tail. I'm just going to trim up his tail. Usually I just shave it all off. So he's going to have a little fluff on his tail. He's going to have a little fluff all over. He is a nervous pooper, so I took him out to go potty this morning. So I know the first morning dogs, they usually haven't gone to the bathroom yet, and then they end up going in their cage. So I know them pretty well. I know who can hold it and who can't hold it. So this guy always has to be walked when he gets here. Shaving his potty area with a 10-blade. This is nice and short, so it stays clean back here. Shaving under his tail. You shave his belly out, so it stays clean when he pees. I like to shave out the inside of their back legs with a 7-blade, even if I'm leaving the outside longer. And like I say in every video, because it's true in every video, the dogs pee and poop all over themselves, and it gets stuck in their hair. So I like to take the insides of the back legs very short. Very cute when you see dogs on Instagram. Very long, very fluffy, but it's not real life. And shorter is usually better in my groom shop. At least I should say short is better around their private area. You shave all this out because when they sit down, they're just mashing in all their hair and they're sitting on everything and everything gets clumped up and matted. But I'm going to get my brush. I'm going to brush his tail out. Like I said, we're leaving his tail today. I'm just going to neaten it up with my scissors, trim it up a little bit. There's no mats in his tail because it was shaved last time with a 10-blade. And he comes every couple months. He's shaving the base of his tail with a 7-blade. That kind of gives it a little style and it keeps it clean and short. just the top of his tail here. Okay, I'm going to get my scissors and trim up underneath. Scissors and my comb. It's still a little wet, but like I said, as we go around, he's drying slowly because the fan is going. Comb it all down. Just neatening it up. They want it fluffy this time. I like to skim the top of the tail down. Like if I just leave it like this, there's like a little puff here. My ramp is in the way. I got it. There we go. There's like a little puff here. So I just like to skim over it. I'm using a 7-blade. I just like to skim over this so it's blended in. There's not like a big puff. So that way when it you know, when the tail is out, I can't talk. When the tail is out, it lays nice. I'm trying to work. And there's a cop outside I'm watching. I don't know if you can see this red car outside. He's got his lights on. There's a cop sitting out there. I don't know what he's doing. He must be waiting for somebody. I just live in a little neighborhood here, so that doesn't happen around here. I'm being nosy. Something's going on out there. Okay, I'm going back to the 4-blade. Just going to finish doing his body, and then I'm going to cut his nails. I already shaved the pads of his feet with a 30-blade. I'm just trimming up this guy's feet, and I'm cutting his nails. And he is very good for everything. He does not mind anything. All right. Combing it all down, making sure it's even. Just stick my fingers between his toes and pull out all the hairs to make sure there's no long hairs that pop out later, because they will pop out later between the toes. The hair, because it's still a little bit wet, it gets stuck in places, and as it dries, hairs will pop out later, if that makes sense. Okay, my clippers. Go back down his front leg. Always double check under their chest, because also hairs pop out under here. Like if you're standing up and you're grooming looking from above, you don't see all these hairs that are sticking down. I have dogs that come back for their next grooming and they'll have like a big long hair. People don't cut them off, they just leave them. They'll have like a big long hair hanging off under here. And I'm like, oops. Always have to bend over and check under here. Make sure you get these pieces off. When I first started grooming, I bet my dogs look awful. Just awful. Oh well. People usually don't complain. I don't think they expect it to be perfect. I mean, it's a dog. I guess some people probably do, but most people don't complain. They just want them cute and comfortable and clean, and they're going to be cute. I mean, there's always such a big difference between when they drop them off and pick them up, since they don't watch the whole process. I'm just going to cut his nails. I'm working my way around to his head. His whole body is done. put my mask back on and finish shaving his neck, and then I'm going to shave his face with a 10 blade. I went over his ears with the 4 blade. Everything is getting a number 4 except for his face. Well, and his tail. So I'm just going to trim his ears up. I already shaved the inside of his ears with a 30 blade. So I'm just going to clean those out. Got a little bit of hair in his ears, not too much. Poodles grow hair in their ears and has to be pulled out. So depending on what they're mixed with is how much hair they'll have in their ears. Cockapoos, some cockapoos don't have any. Some have just a couple little strands in there, so it all depends. I'm going to trim up his eyebrows. The dogs have eyebrows. I'm going to trim up his bangs. Comb it all down and scissor around. Okay. Just dressing him up, somebody pulled up, and now they're rushing me. I just want to show you his cute little bandana. Ah, I hate when people come early. Guys, don't come early to the groomers, because then you might end up, your dog might end up with a really rushed haircut. Okay. But spray him down with conditioner. Wipe his face off with a baby wipe, almost just in time. Gotta hurry up. He's got little eye boogers in here, so gotta pick these out. Sorry, we gotta hurry. There we go. Okay, super cute. I'm gonna go over this one more spot. There we go. Okay, bye. Thanks for watching. Say bye-bye. I'm really cute.